Hello, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, hello there. I'm so glad you're here. I've got some really very interesting information, some weird information. Man, I've traveled time and space to be with you. Don't go anywhere. Man, I'm telling you, those regenerations can be pretty explosive. Okay, now I'm going to get back to my old self, get a little more serious, and delve into that important and weird information I alluded to a while back when I stepped out of the TARDIS. Now, the beautiful and tropical island of Puerto Rico has a great deal of fascinating UFO history that is actually, a lot of it, a very high strangeness category. And on the night of October 20th, 1973, a then young 16-year-old Hector Jusino and some of his buddies were on this El Yunque mountain there in Puerto Rico when they had an experience that would forever haunt them for the rest of their lives, as they claimed they encountered strange and frightening humanoid beings.
Well, the first three that we saw, because the first one that we saw, the shadow, we couldn't tell what it was. But the first three ones that we saw, one was about a little bit higher than 5 feet, I would say. The other one was around 4 feet, and the other one maybe around 3 feet. They had very close to the skin fair. Their torso was like a human, but it was like somebody that is extremely in shape. He had like a six-pack, and the legs were very skinny, very long, and the feet had toes, but they were separated like this, like hooves. They looked like hooves, kind of, but they were toes, very thick toes, and their arms were very long, skinny, and they had fingers and toe. I mean, fingers and just like us, but their hands were kind of like in a claw shape, like kind of round over here, and the fingers like that. You know, they were standing like this, and they had a tail, and they were kind of reclining on the tail, like the tail was kind of holding them,
Kind of like a kangaroo.
sort of like a kangaroo. Uh, the face was humanoid. It had some features that it would look like sort of like a dog, but mainly like a human, like the face of a human. But they didn't have a nose like ours. The nose looked more like an animal nose.
Puerto Rico's noted ufologist Jorge Martin also investigated the claims of 9 others from that night of October 20th, 1975, including an electronics engineer, a commercial pilot, and a school teacher who described being in the presence of 4 strange 5 to 6 foot tall beings with long arms, and they also had these large yellow-red cat-like eyes and long ears, who moved very quickly about in a side-to-side kind of zigzag type fashion, and very quickly they could move. One of the creatures that was in front of the group of 4 carried a small object with green and blue and red lights on it. One of the witnesses who looked at the object said that he felt a sudden calmness, a sense of deep peace. Was this yet another example of apparent mind control reported by yet another witness? Also, a powerful flashlight was shined at the beings, which seemed to disturb them very much, and they moved quickly out of the light's reach, displaying obvious, shall I say, cat-like agility.